So anyway, the other reason I was calling is after we hung up, I was just intrigued with your disability approval story about having your award letter and a plaque. And
it is.
And it is. I think it's great. But I just, if you were okay with it, I just wanted to see if you'd share your story. I'd take down a few notes, and if it was all right with you, I'd share it with some of the others, that are going through the approval process, so they can be entertained and perhaps have some optimism that they really can get approved fast.
The smartest thing anybody can do is use a educated preparer.
Well, I certainly
I would never try to go through that process on my own.
So, actually, on that note, as you were getting ready to go forward and apply, I mean, what was it like? I mean, what were you thinking? Were you kind of confused, not knowing which way to go?
It's extremely distressful to have something like this happen in your life, and you realize that you're not going back to work. Your feeling or your thought was, Ken, your life as you know it is going to be different. It's definitely disrupted. Unfortunately, well, I was to a point in life where the big bills are paid, but my God, if somebody had house payments hanging over their head, they'd just be screwed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is no fun, right?
No.
Right. So, when you went through the application process with us, and you got your decision, I don't remember exactly how many months it was, but it wasn't many. I mean, what was going on in your mind? Because I know you'd had some friends that had said, "Hey, Ken, it's probably not going to be that way."
I'd tell everybody I talked to, from different doctors and 2 different attorneys. I went to a local attorney to see if he would do the application, which he declined. He said, after you've been denied, bring the case to me and I'll take it up with the appeals. Hell, let's not go for the appeal. Let's try to get it approved, on the first round.
Right. My
doctors all told me you'd be 2 years getting disability in this day and age, because in their recent past, anybody that applied was just simply being declined.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a bit concerning, I expect, when you hear news like that. So, well, of course there's no guarantees, but when you do something right and do it right the first time, it does make a difference. So, and, in fairness to the doctors, it could be that most people that go through and go through the application process just simply apply on their own, and without knowing what to do, it just doesn't set them up for success.
Any answer, anything that you volunteer, and I think a lot of it is, what was working last year might be questioned in the future.
So tell me what you mean by that.
Just in the attitude, some people claim that, they were having to re-answer questions.
Okay.
I had Social Security called me a time or two just wanting a job description. What have you been doing in the past? Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Very not really wanting to answer anybody on the phone. I'd rather have it go through my advocate.
Right.
So you don't volunteer something that creates a question.
Yeah, it does trip a lot of people up, and they answer it with good intent, Ken, but that was very smart on your behalf, because what you say can be used against you, and unfortunately for several people, when they go to court, just filling out a simple form with what they intended to do, was right, was not what they were looking for. So, yeah. Well, that's cool. Is there anything that stands out now about, Ken, can you share the story about what you did with your award letter?
Well, yeah, it was just such a relief. I was expecting to be strung out for, 2-3 years. and I've got the finances to survive, but that's not why you put money away.
No.
And when I finally got it, and here, bing, here it is, and I was really expecting just to be drawn on and drawn on. It was an absolute thrill.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tax-paying American, you're supposed to be entitled to this. It's insurance.
That's right.
It's insurance. You paid into it for 40 years.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Anybody I talk to, anything handout in America has just been abused by the lowlifes to no end.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what did you do with your award letter?
I put it in a picture frame and hung it on the kitchen wall. So when people come to visit you, I mean, do you are you pointing it out to them and saying, look at what I did? No, it's not an achievement. It was just such a relief to not have to go through any more of that strung out process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Well, that's good. Well, listen, I appreciate your time, and thank you for sharing that bit of information with me. It's a great story. It's not just having you get approved and the fact that your life is in and got some stability to it. But we've enjoyed working with you, so it's been a pleasure all the way around.